Hello everybody, FM22 here again with another episode of the part-time to big-time save. I hope you're enjoying the save as much as I am. I'm really having a lot of fun doing this for you, and I hope you're enjoying it. If it's keeping you occupied on your commute or whatever you're doing, I really hope you're having fun. So let's just go through a little bit of housekeeping as always. See what we finished on. So it was a 0-0 draw last time, wasn't it, with Bolton? The next game we won 1-0 at Peterborough. It's at MK Dons. We beat Peterborough. Very equal, even game. Isa got the winner for 31 minutes. They had a goal disallowed in the 85th minute, and it was easily disallowed. It was so far offside. So now we've got the Northampton game, and we're going to do the Sheffield Wednesday game in this episode. With the squad, let me see what's happened. We've brought in a very highly rated midfielder from West Ham, 6.8 to 9 to 10 million rated, a guy called Sonny Perkins. We've got him on loan for the rest of the season. He's going to be our new ball-winning midfielder. Rodell Richards, the striker, we got on loan from Blackburn. We've actually made that a permanent signing. He will join in June for free transfer, so I thought it's a no-brainer. He started off on fire, 2 goals in 3 games. So I thought that would be a great transfer in. I think that's it on the transfer front. The deadline has passed. Lewington is retiring at the end of the season, so he'll take up a coach role at the club as he's the one and only MK Dons club legend. We'll see if we can put him in the manager of the reserves or something. So that's what we'll do there. So this is the side we're going to go in for with this game. We've got Pim in the nets, Odebarjo. I couldn't find anyone to replace Pim really, so it'll be in the summer when we replace Pim. Well, to be fair, the last 5 games his form has picked up, but we'll look to replace him, I think. So we've got Pim in the nets, Odebarjo, O'Hora, Carter and Harvey at left back. Unfortunately, Samuels has picked up a gashed leg, so he's out for a few days. Lee, Perkins and Ford in midfield. Beale gets his first start because Twine is a little bit struggling for fitness. Evans and Isa up top because Rodell Richards has had a setback from his ankle ligament injury, so he's out for an extra 2 weeks. And Callum Hendry is also struggling slightly for fitness. So we've got a lot of lone players in. You can only play 5 in the squad at any one time, so we're going to have a bit of a juggling act once everyone's fit. So we'll just have to see how we get on. So that is the side for today. Let's see where we're playing. Northampton. So they are 22nd. So we will be, you'd think, favourites to win this one. People lacking in match fitness. We'll probably have to do a few subs later on in the game. I'm just see how Beale plays here. It's his first start. He's been brought on as a super sub for a couple of games. But let's see how he gets on in his first start. I don't think it's a long-term answer. His stats aren't particularly great, but I just thought it'd be a good person to bring in just to give Twine a rest. Twine, ever since I've joined the club, Twine seems to have been constantly in a state of perpetual lack of fitness. So if I can just bring someone in to rest him every now and then, that was my thinking there. I tried to make Carter permanent transfer as well, but Blackburn wanted 2 million for him, and I couldn't make the deal work. I'm not paying 2 million for him, that's for sure. Ooh, I still have a header back across the keeper there. It may be something I'd like to bring in. Well, how long is his contract for? Contract him for? Is it sure full-time contract expires the end of next year? So it's the last year of his contract next year, so it might be something we'll look at, see if we can get him on a free transfer. Doesn't want to sign, or certainly his value will go down considerably next year if he doesn't sign a contract, so we might be able to pick him up there. Isa infield to Ford, back to Isa. I thought the right back was going to, there he went. Odebarjo, first time ball in, and Isa again with his head. There's 2 headers he's had, one on either side of each post. I mean, you can't help thinking if it were Jack Sampson, he would have buried one of them, but that's a different story. I was actually checking up on Chorley After this game, I'll quickly show you where they are. They're still in the playoffs, so they're doing well. So not only expected to survive that year. We got off to a flyer, if you remember. I think winning the first 9 games or something like that. And maybe drew with Wrexham and won the other ones. We got beat by Wrexham and won the others. But we certainly got off to a real flyer, and it put them in good stead, and they're just riding the momentum wave. Nascimento's gone through. Is it the corner? Oh, what's this? Oh, is it the corner of the crossbar and post there? Evans not playing particularly well here. When we have after the rotation for the lone players, Evans will be the one who's missing out. I think he was really brought in as a winger. Hang on, that's not good. Let's give him a bit of a rocket up them. I think he was really brought in as a winger, and then we kind of, by the previous manager, we kind of abandoned the wingers because they weren't being effective for us. So he's kind of the odd one out. So he will be one of the ones missing out when we or the other lone players is fit. Harvey, lovely ball through to Isa, and this time he has finished. That's his 16th goal of the season. He's been a real player for us. Where did they get him from? I wonder. Peterborough, undisclosed from Peterborough. Yeah, 11 goals in 26 games for us. He's pretty handy, considering we struggled at the start of the season. That's a pretty decent return. Who was it who played the ball through? Harvey. That's a great ball, off the shoulder of the defender. Near post finish. Bosh. That has bumped the ratings up considerably. Again, dominating possession, which you love to see. That was a tame effort, no problems even for Pim, that one. We'll try and build out from the back, possession football. I don't think Isa's going to get that one. Can we try and win it back high up the pitch here? Good defending there, but Adebayo. Wide to high, first time ball to Isa. Could have had a hat-trick today. That was a lovely ball in. Harvey, when he stands in for Samuels, really never lets me down at all. He's unlucky that when Samuels is fit, he doesn't get played. I probably will stick with Harvey next season and not bother getting Samuels back on loan, such as has been his performances. So let's take Beale off because he's not playing well. Let's bring Darko Giabi on because I don't want to change it too much, only being 1-0. In fact, we'll take Evans off as well because he's not playing particularly well. I just hope we can, excuse me, hang on for the last 10 minutes. All the players who started the game are all over a 7 rating, which you'll love to see. Another highlight here, which when you're 1-0 up, you don't necessarily want to see. Perkins been sent off here. That's not what you want to see. Oh. Right, okay. Well, let's put on Kasumu. Take off Isa. We'll bring Kasumu into the middle of the park. And that's going to make, and we'll change it to cautious. Don't like changing mentality, as I've mentioned before, but I think it's probably the right thing to do here. We don't want to be going gung ho, and they're gonna score here. I can feel it in my bones. Nope, not a shot like that. They're not. It's a pity because Perkins was playing really well up to that. He'll miss the next match now. But that's a 1-0 win. It's become a bit of a theme, the 1-0 to the MK Dons. But we'll take it. We'll take 1-0 every day as we are safely ensconced in mid-table now. 8 points off the playoffs. you have to aim big. You have to aim big. I think playoffs will be a little bit beyond us this season, but we'll be certainly looking at it next season. So that's good stuff. Let's just check there was nothing, no injuries and whatnot. Perkins, your one match ban. So on Hora, a little jaded. I think Perkins accepts his fine. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that one. We'll come back for the Sheffield Wednesday away game shortly. Okay, so here we are with the second game of the episode. Let's just check, show what happened in the last game off camera. The 2-2 draw at Doncaster. We went 1-0 in the first 3 minutes, a penalty, then they equalised 2 minutes later. We had a goal disallowed for offside, and then Samuels scored a minute after that, and then they had a goal disallowed, which was well offside. Ours was offside as well, to be fair. And then they scored in the 70th minute. They had a man sent off in the 87th minute, but we couldn't, there wasn't enough time for us to take advantage of that. So here we are going into the game away at Sheffield Wednesday, which should be a tough game. Samuels unfortunately got injured. He's out for 2 weeks with some pulled knee ligaments. And Rodell Richards isn't quite back fit yet. So we're going to go for Odebajo, Hora, Carter and Harvey in in defence. Kusumu Perkins is back from his 1 game ban. He comes straight back in and forward in the midfield. Beale starts because Scott Twine's a bit... again, he's always a little bit. Let's have his endurance on here. Stamina 13, so maybe you could do a little bit more of that. Natural fitness 11, so yeah, you can see we're struggling a bit. So Beale was a start. Hendry and Isa up front. Isa desperately needs a rest, but because of the 5 loan rule, I can't really rest him a lot. I guess. No, I'd play Richards if I get 90 minutes out of him, but I can't, so he'll have to power through this one. So that's the team that we are going with. Let's just see how we get on. Oh, I did say I was show you how surely we're getting on, didn't I? So let's just take a look. So there they are, still safely in the playoff races, 4 points ahead of that. Let's see kind of how they're getting on. 12 goals for Connor Hall. He's stepped with the main man. Jessup has scored 6, so it looks like he's started to bang a few in. Fidel O'Rourke looks like he's been relegated to on the bench. I thought was quite well. Sampson 5 goals. Obviously feeling way back from fitness. So yeah, injuries to both fullbacks isn't good. So they're thereabouts. Hopefully they can have a playoff run, which would be fantastic for them. So here we are. Let's have this game. This will be a tough game for us. I'll settle for a point. And we'll see if we can keep our decent run going. A very quiet start, but here we go with the first highlight. Looks like it could be for them, unless we win this back, but no. You never know now. Strange highlight so far. That's a dangerous ball. O'Hora has had a nightmare there. That's going to go down as an error to him. I mean, look at this. I don't know what he's thinking. The pass is to there. The pass is to Carter. It's not to forward there, and it's a lovely finish, to be fair. But that's all on O'Hora. An uncharacteristic error, because he's been superb for us, really. But he's made a boo-boo there for sure. Enough time for us to come back from it, though, so let's not get too downhearted. Oh, Hendry has somehow squeezed that in at the back post. It looked like it was an impossible angle to score from. It's a deep ball in from Harvey again. He is probably more effective than Samuels. He's certainly fitter, but that's a great ball. Look at the angle there. I don't know how he's managed to do that, but he's managed to squeeze it in. Are they checking for offside here? Why are we getting a third replay of this? I mean, well onside, as you can see. It's a delicious header. And this is shaping up to be a humdinger of a game, straight into another highlight. Well, this highlight may not be for us. Sheffield Wednesday will be one of the favourites for this. Good save from Pim there. Will be one of the favourites to get promoted from League One. So, like I said, a point away from our stadium will be a great one. Yeah, Ice is struggling. He's going to have to come off, but I've not got a lot of options off the bench for striking at the moment. Forced again. Another good save by Pim. It's chances like a basketball game. This chances at both ends. Oh, they've hit the post. Oh no, Pim saved it again. Wow. He's maybe he's making a case to be the #1 for next season because he's having an absolute stonker here. Takes us through to half time in an even game. We've not had the lion's share of possession, which is unlike us. We usually dominate the possession side of things. Ice is going to get withdrawn shortly. I might bring Scott Twine and put him on up front so he can play up front a bit. And that's probably how I'll do it. Just because I don't really rate Olusanya on the bench. He's more of a winger than a striker, so I don't think I'll bring him on. Right, let's make that change now because Ice is having a stinker, to be honest. So we'll bring on Scott Twine there. Harvey's picked up an potential injury, and Odebarju potential foot injury. So I hope that doesn't develop into an Odebarju looks slightly more serious than Harvey's. So something to keep an eye on. This here, he's gained a little bit of fitness back. Lots of people getting tired now. Last 15 minutes. I've not got much to bring on really. Beale's not played great. Let's bring on Giabi for the last 15, see if that inspires us. Perkins with another booking. You realise that's 3 bookings, well 4 bookings if you count the 2 bookings in one game. That's 4 bookings in 3 games for us, so he likes to get his foot in, that's for sure. And it'd be heartbreaking to lose this late here. Can we turn this round? Hendrick took that down lovely. Bursting down the right, he's played a ball inside to Twine. Oh, the goal was gaping. All you have to do was put it to the keeper's right and he just hits it straight at him. That would have been a lovely way to end it. We have been the better side, you would say now, in what's been another great performance away from home, and a 1-1 draw. Said we'd take a point before the beginning of the game, and that's exactly what we took there. So that's good. I mean, well, I thought that was us then. So we've set 10 points off the playoffs. So I think the playoffs is too much out of our reach this season. Which is what we're aiming for next. Let's just see how bad these injuries are. Adebarju with bruised foot 3 days. He's okay. Harvey 2 days bruised knee. That's fine there. Oh, so there you go. So let's see what we'll do next episode. See what will be the best games to have on for you. I can do two in the month. Fleetwood, Oxford, Derby, Cambridge. So let's do kind of maybe the Oxford game. And the Cambridge game, we'll call it the University episode, Oxford and then Cambridge, that'd be fantastic. So we'll do that. So I hope you enjoyed that. We'll get in the youth intake very shortly, around about April-ish. So that should be fun as well. So I hope you enjoyed that episode. It was a pretty successful one, really. Say we're going to deliver on our mid-table promise, I'm sure. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Please, thank you again for your continued support. Subscribe. You see the link at the end of the video. Click the subscription to stay notified for future videos. Thank you very much. Stay safe, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.